All right, I thought I would make a quick video to show you how I inserted fabrics into my pattern. Now, this is the first time I've ever done this, so there's probably an easier way, but I wanted something free and something that wouldn't be really hard for me to learn. So what I did was I downloaded the PDF so that it was in my downloads folder, and I installed Inkscape onto my computer, and it's a free program. It's really similar to Adobe Illustrator, which I've also never used. Once you install it and you open it, it looks like this. What I did then was go to File, and I did Open. Let's see, and there is the quilt pattern. And once you hit Open, it'll ask you which page you want. And it doesn't install all of them, so I believe it was page 15. You don't have to change anything else, just hit OK. And it'll pop right here. It opens a new window. I'm not sure why it does that. Make it bigger. And now there's our pattern. Now you can delete a lot of these extra things off of here if you want. They're not really in the way or anything for me. All right, so I like to zoom in. You can use a magnifying glass on the left. And if you just trace where you want to go, it'll zoom in closer. And then you always have to click the arrow on the top left to get it back to where it's not trying to zoom or trace anything. So what I did was I have already saved images of all of my fabrics. I just Google searched them and saved a picture to my computer. So what I want to do now, after doing that, is there's this icon here. I don't even know, here it says draw curves. So if you select that, you can click, let's see, we'll do G. If you click on the corner, and it will draw lines. But what's nice is it just connects it for you. It don't have to be super precise. I usually zoom in a little bit more, but it's okay. You just go all the way around the shape. There we go. And then now you have to go back on the left side and click the little cursor again. So now I can move it. Now I accidentally moved the background all the time. I just hit Control Z on my keyboard and it fixes it. And you have to be careful, you only select that one piece. And then I take that and there's my shape. I just move it over to the side of the way. And now I want to insert the fabric. So you can do that two ways. You can do File, Import. I like to just hit Control I on my keyboard, whichever way, but it'll do the same thing, Import. And then there are my fabrics. So we can choose this one for an example. And it's gonna, I just hit OK. And it's pretty big, of course. Shrink that down a little bit, or a lot. Closer to the actual size. I'm using like a tablet, so it's a little difficult. Okay, and then I want to take my shape that I made and put it right on top. Now you'll notice it disappears sometimes. If you come up to the top here, these buttons make it either hide behind the fabric or bring it to the top. So you just bring it to the top and now it's on top of there. Then if you hold down your Shift key, you can click the fabric and both of them are selected now. You can also just click around it and do this and it'll select both. Then you just click on here, right click, and say Set Clip. There we go. And now I just slide that right over where G is. And there's my first piece. Once I set it all up, I did all of them, and I can do another example for you. Here, let's zoom in a little bit. I'm going to zoom in, and we'll do B here. Click this little pen on the side. Trace the whole thing all the way around. It's much easier to do when you've zoomed in. There we go. And now I'm going to zoom back out, and you can actually just click the 1 on your keyboard, and it zooms you back out. And click my cursor again, find my shape, there it is, move it over here, And I'm going to hit Control I on my keyboard and it opens my import menu. And we'll just pick one of these, open, okay, shrink that down, and then place it over my shape. And this time I'm going to push it down. I want it to be under my shape. There we go. And I just click and drag, right click, set clip, and that clips it. There we go. Now earlier I had done my whole quilt and then decided I wanted to move some around, and you don't have to retrace the shape to change it. So what you could do is, for example, you could pull both of these out, and let's say we wanted to flip the fabrics. You just right click, and instead of set clip, you say release clip, and it undoes it. And then you click off of it, and now I can move that fabric. And I can right click this one, release clip. Oh, I gotta click off of it first. And then now I can separate those, and I can just move it to, I can flip them and switch the fabrics. There we go. Oops, didn't select. Set clip, and now they have been flipped. Oops. Select both of those, right click, set clip, and there we go. Now I switched them. And then you just save this as, it saves as a PNG file, I believe. Oh, SVG file. Okay. All right, and that is all I did. And then when I was done, I think I ended up just taking a screenshot of this to upload it. And that's all. Hopefully that helps.